All right, I believe it's recording. Oh, it's a new video installment. It's been a while since I've done one, so I thought I'd do another video today on my 42 Lincoln Continental. This has been a long-term project, just getting good parts. I'll keep this video short. It's probably only going to be a few minutes, but give you a walk around to the engine now that it's all been cleaned and painted. It was in really good shape inside, and you know, it's a 47 engine. The original engine was lost to history. Ford actually took that engine back as part of the Liquimatic Drive Exchange program, and I probably pointed this out in other videos, but I'll point it out in this one why that was. It's going to be hard to see sitting on this cart, but the gist of it is, there we go, there's a little bit better angle. The video, or the reason they bought these back is that this bell housing back here is probably 2 inches smaller in diameter than the Liquimatic Drive. And you can see on the bottom here, I've made this adapter plate with the threads. This is actually where the transmission bolts up. This set of bolts out here is the Liquimatic Drive pattern, and that's why we don't have the original engine. It's actually a good thing. The original engine would have been the 306 V12. This is the 292. The 306 engines basically are not machinable. Ford bored the cylinders out as far as they could bore them and made it very difficult to repair them. It's just basically they become a disposable block. So this being a 47 with a 292 is a good thing, and it being a conventional manual transmission is a good thing, because the Liquimatic Drive would have probably never worked anyway. They didn't when they were new, and that's why they recalled them all. And then I ran into other issues with this starter motor. Because it still has its original Liquimatic oil pan on the bottom, and the starter bolts into the oil pan, we had to figure out which starter fit this, because the one that was on it was no good. This starter motor here, pardon my mess, has a 6-inch shaft, and there's only really two applications I could find for a 6-inch shaft. 46 late, 47 and 48 Lincoln V12 with the aluminum removable cast piece on the bottom of the block it's a separate cover instead of being one piece with the oil pan like that. And Ford 2N, 8N, and 9N tractor. And your regular V8 Ford starter is only 5 1/4. So that's why we're at where we're at today. I thought, well, I'll make this video go pretty short here. You can see I've got the front is all put together. I've got the distributor on, the water pumps are back on. I painted it this early Ford dark green, which is pretty close. A lot of people commented that the intake should be a bare aluminum, but this is a replacement manifold, and I still have the original sitting here. There's the original one. This one is actually burned out. It's got a hole melted through the bottom where the exhaust crossover is. It'd be hard to hold that with the camera, but this area right here is all melted out. That's the exhaust crossover that heats the base of the carburetor. And as a result of that, I had to buy a new manifold. And whoever had this manifold, they cleaned it with a sandblaster, and they kind of really made the finish too rough. Just didn't like the way it looked. And I just said, rather than try to mess with it, I just said I'll paint it and I'll live with it. So it's a little off, but I got everything else back together on it. So far so good. And all the parts that I've got that aren't on here are all matching 47 parts, so hopefully this will go back together well. And other than that, I might come back in a little bit and shoot some more video, and with it cleaned up, with it all back together and put on. The Packard today is covered up because I'm spraying. Of course, I got them putting the head gaskets on, and I'm using the old, let me turn the camera this way, copper spray, and that would be that right there. And these are a sandwich type gasket, so they kind of look like this out of the box. These are Felpros, good gaskets. They're a composite gasket. They're kind of thick, so they'll seal up good. And with the copper spray, that makes sure that the water ports and everything seal up good. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this video installment on this car. And hopefully the next one I'll have the engine all together and over at the other shop getting ready to put it in. And with that, have a good day. Thanks for watching.